In this video, we'll be looking into the Check for Purchases blueprint node. Sometimes when users make purchases, their payment method is slow and may only be purchased at a later date. This means that the previous blueprint node, Launch Billing Flow, won't have its onSuccess delegate triggered, resulting in the transaction being in a pending state. To handle pending transactions, you must check if any purchases have been made and processed on application startup. This is what this blueprint node does. In the event that some pending transactions have completed successfully, this blueprint node will return, one at a time, a purchase object much like the launch billing flow. Let's take a deeper look. Here we are once again in the Unreal Engine 5.3 project we've been working in. So let's dive straight into it. Here you can see the previous tutorials we've done, and specifically the launch billing flow. So keep in mind the onSuccess delegate that we set up and we discussed previously. So let's start with setting up our check for purchases. So ideally you would like the check for purchases to run at the start of your application and it only needs to be run once. Thereafter, any purchases made using launch billing flow that go through will trigger the launch billing flow onSuccess delegate. So let's set it up. You can search for check for purchases. And as you can see, it's also under the Google Play billing category. Select that to bring up the blueprint node. Let's zoom in a little bit. Now you can see it's more general. So you have to call this twice if you handle both subscriptions and in-app products, or just once if you only handle one. So as you can see, in-app products or subscriptions, we'll leave it as in-app products for now. And then we can set up our onSuccess and onFailure delegate. So let's set up our onSuccess delegate and call it check for purchases onSuccess. And much like the launch billing flow node, it has the same signature. So you could handle it in the same way. And the onFailure delegate is also much like all the other onFailure delegates. And that can be shared as well if you so desire. I won't go into that again. The onSuccess delegate is much like the onFailure delegate, where you could actually share the same one to handle all purchases that have successfully gone through. This is a much shorter video because the delegates are exactly the same as the launch billing flow, so I don't need to re-explain this. Just know that the check for purchases blueprint function only needs to be run once at the beginning of your application to check if any pending transactions have completed. And that sums up the video. I'll see you in the next one.